Hi, I'm Darren.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And today we are talking about things that we are thankful for in games.
Yes, and the reasons why we are thankful for board games.
Yes.
So I guess we'll just kind of kick it off and say, I don't know, where should we start? Should we start at the very beginning of our little list there?
We should start.
Our list is right here, but you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's magic. We are now magicians as well as board game people.
You don't have to do that. It's not funny. You can stop. We're going to keep that out. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so we have a little list here. It's not in any specific order about things that we are thankful for in games, because of games.
Yes, and the reasons for games and the reasons that it brings us together, which is our first thing that we want to mention, is the ability to bring us together. You have to be at a table.
Mm-hmm. And you have to work together. You gotta socialize. You gotta do all these things at once.
Yes. Yeah, so it pretty much forces you to be social.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say there are some games where it doesn't really call for that. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm. And those are games that include everyone, even the people that don't really want to talk or socialize to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
But still want to be a part of things.
Yeah.
Just one of the things about the games is that it really is just very inclusive.
Yes.
Everybody, which leads us to the next reason we're thankful.
Inclusiveness.
Inclusiveness.
Yes. Yeah, well, it kind of goes hand in hand. Just like anybody can gather around a table.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain games that you don't have to speak the same language. Honey, are you okay? There's no more food back there. I gave you all the food. Honey, I love you. What's she doing? The food's in there. I brought it to her. She saw me do that. There's a tiny bowl back there on the kids' table that she's really wanting to go for.
Oh, there's a piece of meat right there.
You want to help her?
No, I'm not.
Oh, it's way over there. She's like, she got to get that sausage, dog. All right, hold on. So just with it being like anybody can gather around a table and it doesn't matter the language that you speak.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's two games that come immediately to mind, and that is Dixit and Ticket to Ride.
Yep.
And with Dixit, you go ahead and explain some of that.
Yeah, with Dixit, it's just a little card game that you're playing with friends where you're each saying is it sentence or?
It could be a phrase, it could be a sound.
Phrase, yeah,
so
whatever.
So that's why it's so language independent, because it could be
one person
anything.
One person says that, and then everyone around the table in turn has to figure out in their hand what card would make people think that, but not make them think it too much because the points are a little weird.
Yeah. Because you want to be vague, but not too vague, and not too literal. But it's so cool because then everybody has to secretly put their cards in, and then you shuffle them all up, and
the points are a little complicated, but like it's a really fun game. It's very, like you said, language independent.
Yeah, I mean anybody. I mean, you could say or just whatever. You can scream and shout or whatever and put that card in, and then somebody, that makes sense. So it's such a beautiful game. And the games like Ticket to Ride, there's no words on the board, which it's so funny. I never think of Ticket to Ride being language independent, but it's just colors, and it does work with color blindness.
Yep.
Yeah. So which is so cool because like. If it's red or blue or green, it has shapes as well for those cards. When you're placing all the tracks and stuff, or placing all the trains.
Same with Seven Wonders.
Yeah, Seven Wonders.
Very colorblind inclusive.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Yeah, I think along the top of the cards that has like certain symbols and shapes and stuff. And then the crew does the same exact thing.
So production quality for these games that we were just talking about are amazing, and that kind of brings us into our next thing that we're thankful for in games.
I wonder what could it be?
Production quality.
Yes, production quality is amazing. Some
of our favorite Keymaster games. Love the quality of production.
Absolutely, so thankful for. And we're not trashing on other games that don't look pretty but it's just when you open up a game and everything has its insert, you have. All the components are just gorgeous and well made.
Everything has a place.
Yes.
That's one of our that's one of our favorite things.
Yes, exactly.
Like when we open up a game and it has that.
Yeah, and as she was saying, Keymaster games every single game that they put out is phenomenal. I don't see every single box that they have, and there's even like little art things around the sides too, and it's just it's so well made. But yeah, so Keymaster Games, they have games like Parks, Caper Europe, which is like a 2-player head-to-head game, and my gosh, every time that we open it and then put it back.
It's so satisfying.
It is. It's the cleanup that doesn't even feel bothersome because you're like, all right, it's like putting a little puzzle together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so neat. A few other games are Root in Jamaica. Root has a great layout and the artwork is beautiful. The artwork in Root is gorgeous and the little meeples are just perfect. Love them. And then Jamaica also does the whole thing where the inserts are just perfect for that. And just because it's kind of frustrating when everything has to go in bags. Sometimes.
Fun ones to kind of throw out there too. Even like Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, they have nice little inserts.
That's
too.
That's true. Yeah, and I think Days of Wonder really does a great job at like all of their production stuff too, because like everything fits right where it needs to, and then that's about it.
Hey guys, we just want to step in and just thank you all and let you know that you're the biggest thing we're thankful for.
Yes.
Our 100 subscribers.
Yes, we
Which
finally
I
hit
know.
100.
No, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a lot to us.
Oh, it is. It is.
I mean, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
That you want to be here with us and share this little journey that we're going on together. And we just appreciate you guys. And anyone else who wants to join this little family of ours, please hit that subscribe button.
Yes. Please do.
Like, share, comment. Please talk to us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, production quality is so great, and sometimes it makes me wonder if like the game developers have any say in the production at all. Because what they do is like certain ones will work with other. I mean, I know that like Matt Leacock worked with Z-Man Games, and he also worked with like a few other like developers. But I've seen a lot of his stuff kind of like box wise.
But
so I don't know.
Without them though, we wouldn't have the games to begin with.
That's
so we
true.
couldn't enjoy the production quality.
Exactly. That's very true.
Which leads us into our next thing we're thankful for: game developers and designers.
Yes. Yeah, and like we know a handful of people, but we don't know a lot of them. But each time that we do come back to see, like, one guy that I really want to get a lot more from is Reiner Knizia. He did Modern Art, and there's so many other games that people praise him for. He's just so good at, like, especially with like table talk. There's a lot of table talk going on, and he's really good at like bringing people to just end up having a big laugh. And like I really appreciate that. And then also like Uwe Rosenberg, he's really
love.
Yes, love. Uwe. It's so great because and I guess I don't think it's every game, but he's really great with the polyomino of kind of puzzling stuff out, and or just like having different things to fill in, and But the other thing with game developers and designers is the fact that they're able to think of the entirety of they are making rules from nothing.
Yeah.
For example, one of our favorite games is Wingspan.
Yes. Beautiful game too.
Yes.
Some really good production quality there.
Oh yeah. So for a game like Wingspan, it blows me away that they're able to, and I forgot the designer, but I know it's Stonemaier Games. I forgot her name. I can't remember her name, but it's so incredible that
them to have come up with different things for every single bird card to do.
Yes.
Is incredible.
Yes.
For them to have done that blows our minds.
It's just amazing because there's 160 some cards in
and
the
they're all different, and they all do
game.
different things, and it all makes sense too.
Yeah, exactly. Like each bird, like for example, the vulture, like it has to pick off of what everybody else is doing. There's just one bird that's like one of the lightest birds, I think, in America or something, but it's able to like move into a different habitat each time that you play in its area because you're triggering it. And it's so wild that I don't know. I can't imagine that. And then another game that I want to mention really quick that still blows my mind, and it's so simple in its design, but it's called Spot It. I don't know who this person is who developed this game, but it is incredibly intuitive and smart and simple. But you're just flipping over two little cards and then matching up one item on each. But I don't know how mathematically this person does it, that no matter what card it is, there's always going to be one matching symbol. How? That just blows me away. And that kind of goes along with like our next thing, levels of complexity.
Next thing we're thankful for.
Yes, so thankful.
And
oh
the
my
depth
gosh.
of games. Like when I was introduced to Euro games, my mind was immediately blown.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that a game could do so much and cause so much like emotion in me.
Yeah.
Like I never thought that I would experience that in a game. And the complexity it has is like Euro games have are like the perfect amount.
Yeah.
And it's always just like a fun time.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's like, you know, years ago, even for me, I didn't even know past, I guess, Monopoly really, and like maybe a few other little games, but there's not a lot of choice. You know, it doesn't give you, it's so cut dry. It's just very like you roll, you move. But in all these games that we've been introduced to throughout all these years, it's so wild to me that like every game can go so deep, or just be baseline simple, but still have enough choice.
But even have like that storytelling that some games can have.
Oh my gosh, yes, story. Oh my gosh, that blows me away.
Like we're currently doing Pandemic Legacy, and let me tell you, we're in the story.
Yeah,
we're like,
well, yeah,
it really draws you in.
Yeah,
you're playing a game, but like. It feels like you're there, and it's just, I love how immersive the games can become and get because of the depth that the games are built with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah, well, and what's so cool is that it can keep you in tune because from game to game, it keeps changing and evolving, and you're learning more about the story. So yeah, like legacy games are just so unique. Like engine building games, like Wingspan we just mentioned. But even some party games can kind of go a little deep, too. And it's not always just the same, you know, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say boring, but it's just, it gives you more interactivity with the game and with the people among you.
Which kind of almost leads us into our last thing that we're thankful for is the way it makes us feel afterwards.
Yes, for sure.
Games can make you feel. Did you know that?
Yeah, I really
like,
can. Yeah.
They can make you genuinely feel.
Yeah.
Like I said, kind of back to we're doing Pandemic. After each month, we're like,
yeah,
oh my God, we have to sit back and reflect for a second.
Yeah, it's just like
win or lose, we have to sit back and we're like,
yeah.
What just happened?
Exactly, and what's so cool too is the idea that the games don't just have to give you like a stressful situation. It can give you such a relaxing, more like, I don't know, atmospheric kind of just light feeling. And I mean for games like
Everdell.
Yeah,
Everdell.
Yeah, sure.
It's, you know, you're kind of going neck and neck at each other trying to get more points before you fill up your little town that you're building.
Yeah.
Yet you don't feel anger. You don't feel stress. You're going through it relaxed. And even after at the end, if you win, if you lose,
exactly.
Like,
you still feel the same. It's so gratifying from start to finish. And there's like never a dull moment at the table. Hardly ever. I mean, there's like some games where like, oh, you know, whatever, but it's so great because it's the people that's here.
But that's the thing too, it's not even about the people. Even if a game makes us feel kind of afterwards, like, we still appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because we get to experience a new game.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
How we feel, and that's how games make us feel, is that we just get to experience it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're thankful for that.
Exactly. And then it's like afterwards, like the way that it does make us feel initially, sometimes we do reflect on that and we don't like have that immediately judge the way that we see the entire game. We'll try to come back to it again.
Oh,
and
always.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, for example, The Crew, she's not a big fan of it.
Not a big fan.
Right. But like we came back to it and she liked it a little bit more. So We did come back to
I
it.
don't like the crew.
Yeah, you don't like the crew.
But that's okay, because I'm not going to never not play it, though. That's the thing. Even if I don't like a game that much, I still respect playing games enough. I'm gonna still play it.
Oh, sure. And like, and sometimes there are games that reward multiple playthroughs or coming back to it again and again, and you learn new strategies, you learn new like ways of viewing the entirety of what the game is too. So that's really cool. And like while you're playing these games, you make these memories
with your friends, with your family.
Yeah.
And memories that all of you guys are gonna look back on.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna talk about it. You're gonna be like, you remember that one time?
Yeah.
And it's just like
exactly. Like for example, when one of our friends, he won viticulture, barely knew what was happening the whole way through, but like I remember us struggling trying to make our wine and like sell it and whatever, and then he comes in and like
and all of a sudden just wins.
Yeah, it was so funny.
One of my favorite memories are not even too long ago, where me and one of our friends and Caleb, I need to say that a little bit better, but where we and one of our friends decided to play Nemesis. Let me tell you, that game by itself really makes you feel something. But
oh yeah, that's so true. I remember the end. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know.
Please
I just
tell
remember it's we're trying to survive. We're fighting. We're working together. I die. Our friend dies, and then here comes Caleb.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get in the escape pod.
And he escapes.
And no, but it was the method that
it was the die roll.
So initially, there's all these noise tokens around me, and I just had to get on this pod, but I had to roll a specific. And what is it? Is an 8-sided die?
Yeah,
I think it's an 8-sided die, and there's only one symbol on there that you have to make a no noise roll.
Yep.
So here I go, and I roll it,
and it's no noise.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, he escapes. But then we're like, well, just for the heck of it, roll the other die just to see. And he rolls it again.
And we're like, oh! And it's so funny. Yeah.
Without games, we wouldn't have those
moments. Yeah, exactly. Dungeons and Dragons does just that.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, we kind of have a campaign going, and it's been a while since we've gotten back into it, but each session that we've had, I remember...
We've made heavy memories at.
I remember...
The few sessions that we have.
Yeah, I remember like it was just the other day.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like,
it's been months.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that tabletop games can do just that blows me away. And yeah, we're just really grateful for just like this hobby in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me...
It's brought us together a lot.
Yes.
It's brought us together with a lot of our friends. Like, it's just a thing to bring people together, and without it, like, what would people be doing? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It does something different than anything else really can. And yeah, it's just a special place to be at the table. Yep. So, yeah. So there's just some of our...
things we're thankful for.
Yeah, so...
But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye. Oh, so close.
Oh, shocker. Nice. I can't do it, and I won't do it. I can barely do it with popcorn, and it's like sticky enough that it's able to whap you in the tongue. All right.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
Good. Yeah, me too. Some good stuff. All right. So here we go. I say we do the introduction.